Hi Cancer, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your March 2022 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and also called an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So, let's see what we get. Okay. So we have 10, which for you guys, your 10th house is Aries, and I do see some Aries energy there, but that's basically a focus on your career, social status. Now we have Taurus, and for you guys, that's your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. And we have Uranus there, and Pluto. So Pluto's actually in your opposite sign of relationships and partnerships. It's been there for a long time. And there's going to be a full moon in Virgo in March that's actually going to trine Pluto. So it could be some positive influence there. But we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Nine of Wands. And in the challenge position with that, we have the Queen of Swords. So seeing these two energies here, I can see this playing out a couple different ways. On one hand, this could just be saying that you might be feeling overwhelmed within your work lives, and because of that, that could be leading to imbalances within your home lives. So just a super generic example where you have a ton of work to get done, you have a 16-hour shift, you get home, you barely have time to cook anything, to clean, right? So it could just be as simple as that. Another way I can see this playing out for some of you too, though, could just be saying that there might have been a conflict that you haven't resolved yet. Might have happened around the holidays last year, and it could just be saying that the challenge there is to actually restore balance within that connection. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Knight of Swords. So yeah, with either of those themes that we mentioned there, on the one hand, this could be pointing to the possibility of maybe trying to take on too many things at once, possibly even during the Mercury retrograde that we had recently. And again, if this was around some kind of an argument, like I said, that might have happened back around the holidays, this could just be saying that maybe that was it, right? There was some hasty words said that couldn't be taken back at the time. But yeah, it looks like there could have been some kind of conflict between the two of you, or again, there could have been too much put on your plate and it's overwhelming you. And quite frankly, the two could have played off on each other, right? Might have been one of those things where because you were overwhelmed, you might have been a bit short with someone and it could have led to conflict because you were just kind of at your wits' end anyway with other things in your life. But yeah, that's what I see there. And now this could just be saying that there is the desire to restore the balance this month. All right, in the past position, we have the Six of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here. Now, for some of you, this could just be saying, especially if this was a conflict around the holidays, this could just be saying it might have been with a family member, for example, or someone that you've just known for a long time. And on either your part or their part, there might have already been an effort to restore the balance, and that might not have gone over as well as you'd hoped at the time. But that's what I see with that. And if nothing else, this could just be saying that this is what you're hoping to reconnect to as well, right? A much more light, playful, innocent energy compared to the feeling of being overwhelmed that you're in right now. All right. Present position, we have Justice, which is Libra energy again here. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, the good thing with these two cards, we see more Libra energy, but in a more positive aspect here. And then with the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter energy right beneath it, to me that says that this is definitely a good time to actually restore the balance. So yeah, at the time I'm recording this, we're technically still in the shadow period for Mercury, but by the time we do get into March, that will be clear. The Venus retrograde cycle will clear its shadow as well, so March as a whole will be a pretty good time as far as a lot of energy moving forward and a lot of room to clear things up around that time. So astrologically speaking, that makes sense too. But yeah, this is saying to me that if there was some kind of imbalance within your home environment or possibly conflict with family or something along those lines, it looks like the timing is right for you to actually restore the balance there. All right. In the near future position, we have the Hierophant. So this is Taurus energy, and we did see the Taurus energy come up with your dice as well. So yeah, again, this could just be saying pointing to stability again, right? So, like I was saying, if this was around some kind of conflict with a family member or just someone you've known for a long time, we could see that balance restored there, right? This could represent seeing things from a higher perspective. Some of you might have just even been a friendship, but possibly, most likely, if it was a friendship, I feel like it's someone that you've known for a long time. Whatever the case, it looks like there is that possibility to restore things, to see things from a higher perspective around the situation now, and to get the balance going there. And to just feel like things are a lot more stable and like you could trust that, okay, yes, we might have gone through that conflict, or right, or maybe things were a little crazy at work. Now I feel like things are more stabilized, more structured, and everything is going to run more smoothly from here on out. All right. In a position of your influence on the situation, we have the Lovers. So this is the major arcana card for Gemini, which on the one hand, that could point to communication, right? And I did mention that you guys are going to have that full moon in Virgo, which is your third house communication with support from Pluto. But also, if you think about the fact that for you guys, Gemini is your 12th house, this could just be saying that you might have come to the idea of how to restore balance around a situation, right? So when I look at the artwork here, I think about that angel standing behind them, right? So to me, that can sometimes represent things being worked out behind the scenes. So this could have been one of those things that you really thought over for a long time, possibly played it over in your mind again and again, just trying to figure out, okay, well, what's the best path forward from here? I feel like that's saying that you might have gotten some guidance around that. All right, in the environment position, we have the Emperor. So if this is who he was dealing with, for one, we were talking about how 10th house energy for you guys is Aries. So this could be someone in your work environment, right? But it looks like this is saying that you could have been dealing with someone who's pretty rigid and set in their ways. So, of course, that can lead to some difficulty when you're in a conflict with someone like that. But to see this coming out in the environment position, I feel like this is saying that this is what you're up against, right? But in the upright, I feel like they might not budge too easily, but I feel like with the right approach, they actually would be a bit more open toward the situation. But yeah, at the very least, if you feel like, let's say, for example, you felt like you were taking more guilt around the situation than maybe you should have, seeing this come up in the environment does at the very least say that they definitely played their role in it as well. But seeing this in the upright does to me at least show that there's the possibility for them to be open. They might not be the first ones to come forward with that approach, but I feel like if once the ball gets rolling there, they'll be a bit more open to restoring the balance. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So this is Aries energy here too. And I feel like this is saying that this would be more of a fear of yours, right? That there won't be the chance to start things fresh. So I feel like this is because, of course, in the upright, we see it's like an optimistic viewpoint, right? It looks like he's holding a globe in his hand and just looking out over the horizon, like, okay, there's infinite possibilities out there, right? So to see this in reverse, I feel like this is saying that that's a fear of yours, that, okay, maybe we can't start over. But as we mentioned, as we've been going through the spread already, it looks like there's definitely a lot of possibility for that. And astrologically speaking, looks like there's possibility for that too. And not to mention, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. So it looks like things are definitely going to be moving forward for you guys for sure this month. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the High Priestess, which I usually view as Pisces energy, and the Star, which is the major arcana card for Aquarius. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that this is going to be you guys feeling more in tune with yourselves, more in touch with your intuitive side. It could just be as simple as having all the energy moving through Pisces. Of course, we have Neptune there, the Sun moving through there as we get toward the end of February and through March. Jupiter, we mentioned as well. So there's a lot of energy in there. So it could just be saying that that might be what helps you see things from a higher perspective around whatever the situation is, and you're actually going to be able to trust the path that you're on a lot more as you move forward. So definitely pretty positive energies to see there in the outcome. And let's see, moving on to your Four Agreements card. We have don't take anything personally, release self-judgment. So let's see what it says. Okay, it says, even the opinions you have about yourself are not necessarily true. Therefore, you don't need to take whatever you hear in your own mind personally. So yeah, pretty good message there, especially, like I said, for those of you where maybe if you were being a bit harsh on yourselves, like I was talking about with the Emperor and the environment energy, maybe feeling like, oh, was this all my fault that the situation went off the rails, right? I feel like this is saying that there definitely were contributions from others that led to the situation, whatever it was. Like I said, whether it be overwhelmed at work or if you had some kind of conflict, possibly because you were overwhelmed in other areas of your life. Either way, looks like it's saying that others definitely played a role there, and could have just been one of those things, especially seeing those major arcana card in the present position, saying that karmically it just seems like now the time is right to clear the air and move forward anyway. All right, moving on to your Wisdom of the Oracle card, we have TikTok. There's the artwork, and the number is 30. So let's see what this has to say. Okay, it says timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. The Oracle's message. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire, so release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment to your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. So pretty positive message there, especially for those of you where, like I said, maybe you're just feeling like you were overwhelmed in your daily life. That would definitely be a helpful message there. So hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says love, the fulfillment of desire, and even the body's reproductive cycles have their own timetable. Some things are preordained and cannot be coerced. Everything has its season, its divine and appropriate timing, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Remember that you always have enough time for love, to find it, to nurture it, to give and receive it. Its clock is eternal and it ticks according to the beating of your heart in perfect rhythm. Isn't that wonderful to know? Love is always right on time. So yeah, pretty positive message there, especially if this is around healing some kind of connection. I didn't get a big energy of like a one-to-one romance connection there, but like I said, it could have been family, friendship, you name it. There's plenty kinds of love in that regard, right? So looks like you can definitely restore the balance there. The prosperity message says your prosperity is co-created by your endeavors as they occur in human-made time and the eternal efforts of your most important manifestation partner's spirit and the divine measureless time. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay positive and make a commitment to remain in high vibration thoughts and feelings. If you heed the message of this card, it will seem as if you will align with your highest calling and your highest good in no time at all, like magic. So what's all the fuss about not having enough time? The prosperous life that is yours will never pass you by. So again, pretty positive message there. And like I said, the energies were definitely pretty heavy recently with all the retrograde stuff going on. And like we said, as we move through March for sure, all those energies are going to be pretty clear. So just in general, I feel like you might just be feeling a bit of a boost in that regard. So hopefully that resonated as well. All right, and lastly, we have a Mudra for you guys. So this is the Mudra here. It's the Mushtika Mudra, and the keyword for it is selflessness. All right, and let's see if we can get that to focus. Okay, so yeah. Under benefits, it says weakens ego-grasping and self-defeating habits, awakens enlightened attitude and a heart of compassion, reduces anxiety and self-doubt, calms the spirit, clears the mind, benefits the heart and vascular system. So if that sounds like a Mudra thing to be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.